So in the last example that we looked at, we had 6 months worth of work going on. And that was all. But when you go to buy a house, you look at buying your house and possibly paying on it for 30 years or 15 years. And each of those years has 12 months. And that's a whole lot longer than 6. And that's a whole lot more of figuring to do. And I don't know anybody who'd want to do it by hand. So there is a formula. There is this formula. It is a big formula. It is the most complicated formula. We give it to you on every single formula sheet. It is there for you. We do not hide it from you. You can stick it into your calculator. Obviously, you should know how to use both calculators by now so that you'll be able to do it in your calculator, but I will help with that. So you can do it in your calculator. They will give you the PMT sometimes. They will ask for the PMT sometimes. They will give you the P sometimes. They will ask for the P sometimes. Usually all the other numbers are given to you. The loan payment formula is just like it says. Everything works the same. The caution that I have for you on the loan payment formula is that this really is a minus sign, and this one up here really is a negative sign. So you have to be careful in your calculators, no matter which one you're using, to make sure you're pressing the negative when it's a negative and the minus when it's a minus. So let's look at example 2. Suppose that on January 1st you have a balance of $10,000 on a credit card and you want to pay off, credit cards are loans, and you want to pay off in the given amount of time. Assume that you make no additional charges to the card after January 1st. We're going to cut it up because we don't believe in credit cards. Okay, so you have a balance of $10,000. That means that that's your principal, so that's your P. $10,000. Your APR is 20%. You need to be super careful about credit cards over any other kind of loan. Credit cards have really high APRs, and you'll get so used to, in all of these problems, just sticking a 0 in front of all of your digits when you're changing to percents, because it's 0.0625 or 0.06. And that's not the case with this. Remember, you go back 2 places. So with percentages, it's really easy to mess up on credit cards and want to do 0.20 instead of 0.020 instead of 0.20. So make sure you're really careful with credit cards. They're very high interest rates. And 20% is really low for a credit card, by the way. Usually they're up between 23 and 25%, somewhere up to 30 and 33 in some of them. And you want to pay off the balance in 2 years. We're going to make monthly payments, so that's at 12. That's what the N is now, how many payments you make, over 1 minus 1 plus 0.20 over 12, close. This is the way I've gotten in the habit of writing it because of the old calculator. To the negative 12 times. They want it done in 2 years. Pay off the balance in 2 years. 2, close parentheses, equals my PMT. And we're supposed to plug it into our calculator, and they want us to calculate the monthly payment. When we do this, if you stick it into the new calculator, make sure when you put in this particular fraction, you don't have to put in this set of parentheses that I have written down. But you do if you're putting it into the old calculator. You can into the new one. You just don't have to. Make sure that the bracket, though, is parentheses in either calculator. When you do that, you should get out that PMT is equal to 508.96. Sometimes I have people who have trouble getting that. $10,000 parentheses 0.20 divided by 12 close divided by open 1 minus open 1 plus, and then you can hit your fraction, or you can do another open 0.20 divided by 12 close close exponent open negative 12 times 2 close close, and then hit enter. And that should give it to you. Then they want to know how much you had paid once the card got paid off since January 1st. So in other words, what are your payments actually going to, how much did you pay off when you paid off the card? So if you're paying $508.96 every month, and you're going to do this for 12 months, and you're going to do that for 2 years, because that's what you're doing. You know that there are $10,000 on the card. That's what you're paying off. So how much are you actually paying towards the card? That's what they're asking. And the answer is not $10,000, because there's interest. So the answer is actually $12,214.99. And 99 cents matters. More. You're paying more than the $10,000, because you wanted to have that $10,000. Now, if you pay just the minimum balance on your credit card, do you ever get your credit card paid off? Technically, yes, you would. Many years down the road, you would. They will milk you for everything it's worth, though. If you don't pay ahead, it takes you forever to get that thing paid off. Something like an extra 10 plus years to pay off that minimum balance. It's not like it happens quickly. It doesn't. So always pay more than your minimum balance on purpose. Then they want to know what percentage was not actually what you owed in the card, or how much did you pay that wasn't actually owed. What was the interest? So you have to take the 12 to $14.99 and subtract what you did owe, which was the $10,000. When you do that, you get that you paid $2,214.99 more. That's the interest. That's the interest you paid. Then they want to know what percentage of your total payment, that's this one, is interest. That's this one. So we put the interest, 2,214.99, over our total payment, 12,214.99. Part over whole and find the percent. So we'll multiply it by 100%. Just like we do everything else when we want to find a percentage. And we end up with 18.13%. So almost 20% of the money that you paid in every month was going towards paying the interest. It wasn't going towards paying your bill. It was going towards paying the interest. That's just on credit cards. That's not talking about what happens with cars or houses or student loans or any other kind of loan that you might have. In fact, we need to talk about houses. That's what we're going to talk about next.